auflegen, sich auf die Tanzfläche bewegen. Und nun geht es los.
You are listening to Däs Bündesliga Show here on the Lock Betting Podcast. You can follow Lock Betting on X at Lock Betting X. That's at Lock Betting X. The pin tweet on that account will always be the profit and loss spreadsheet. We post every single one every single month. And so far they have accumulated to 128, soon to be 129 months in a row of transparent and tracked profit. So let's move on with this edition of Däs Bündesliga Show. I'm only looking at one game on Saturday, and that is Bayern Munich's game at home to RB Leipzig. Bayern Munich now go into this game 11 points behind Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen are now the 1-8 minus 800 favourites to win the game, although this is Bayern Munich's game in hand, so they can cut it down to 8 points. But they looked in big enough trouble when Bayer Leverkusen beat them, and it was a 5-point gap. Now Bayern Munich come into this one off the back of another loss against Bochum. That's now 3 losses in a row. That's more losses in a row than Harry Kane ever sustained whilst he was a Tottenham player. But with all of that said, I still don't believe that this title race is over. Yes, 100% Bayern Munich have got a huge mountain to climb, and they're probably going to need to win every single game. But they'll be a favourite to win every single game, and Leverkusen have never been in this position before. Even though they won yesterday, it was a very tightly contested affair. Previously, you would expect Bayer Leverkusen to win these type of games more convincingly, but there was nothing convincing about their 2-1 victory yesterday at home to relegation-threatened Mons. Mons are currently in 17th spot. They're in the automatic relegation positions, yet they gave Leverkusen a game. That's a sign that Bayern Munich could still win the title, but they will need to win every single game. And as I said, that's possible when you look at the quality on the pitch, but it won't be possible if they repeat the last 3 performances. Now, perhaps some of the pressure has come off everybody because Thomas Tuchel isn't any longer fighting for his job. He's gone. He will be leaving at the end of the season. So now he can pretty much do whatever he wants. There's no pressure on him. He can't get sacked again or leave twice. Obviously, for some of the players, they will be now playing for their futures at the club. There's some stories that they're going to have a massive rebuild, which I don't think is really necessary at Bayern Munich. And I believe here that we see a huge bounce back from Bayern Munich, and they don't lose 4 in a row for sure. But they also break this streak of failing to win games as well by picking up a win here in this one. Obviously, this is a tough opponent, and the price obviously tells you that the bookies are giving Leipzig some respect, whilst at the same time, they are now buying into the fact that Bayern Munich are moving completely in the wrong direction. They have lost their last 3 games. There's uncertainty behind the scenes, whilst they come up here against a Leipzig team who have avoided defeat in 3 of the last 4 Bundesliga away matches, and they've not lost any of their last 4 meetings with Bayern Munich, including the last 2 at this stadium. Everything here points to RB Leipzig, which is why you're getting Bayern Munich at home at 7-10. I don't think you'll see this price again unless this team completely capitulates. So, as I've not seen this type of money line offered on Bayern Munich for a long time, and given that there are no significant injury issues, and given that this is a quadruple bounce back spot at this point, I'm going to take Bayern Munich to win this game. There isn't a shred of recent data that is in Bayern Munich's favour. I understand that, but there are years and years and years and years and years and years of data to tell you that Bayern Munich are a formidable force at home on their own patch. And the 7-10 line isn't going to be around very often. We'll take it. We'll take Bayern Munich to win this game at a price of 7-10 on the money line for your late game on Saturday night. Up next, we jump across to cover the Sunday games. We start with a game between Eintracht Frankfurt and Wolfsburg, where Frankfurt are the 6-4 favourites at home. It's 12-5 on the draw, and it's 21-10 here on Wolfsburg. Frankfurt shockingly went out of the Europa Conference League, so they will owe their supporters a bounce back here in this game. I can't rely on them though, even though I do feel they're available at a good price. I think that BTTS has to be the way we go here, and we're getting a really good price here at 3-4. This has been a winning bet in each of Frankfurt's last 4 games, and they've also gone 5 without a clean sheet themselves. There have also been goals at both ends in 6 of Wolfsburg's last 7, whilst they've conceded in all of those fixtures. So this is data that should correspond to a much shorter price, maybe something as short as minus 200. 3-4 seems to be great value here, so that's what we're going to take. Eintracht Frankfurt Wolfsburg on Sunday, BTTS at a price of 3-4. Up next, we're looking at a game here between Dortmund and Hoffenheim, where Dortmund are the 8-13 home favourites. It's 19-5 on the draw, and it's 19-4 here on Hoffenheim. This is a type of price where I'm just happy to take Borussia Dortmund to win, and I can also tack on over 1.5 goals. That moves me away from this 8-13 line and gives me the price of 3-4, same price as the last game, £100 down to win 175 for a £75 profit. Borussia Dortmund come into this one having won 7 of the last 11 home league games and should definitely be able to pick up maximum points against an Hoffenheim team who are winless in 8. The visitors, though, they may force them to score 2, as they have scored at least once in 6 of their last 8 matches, and they've only failed to score in 1 of their last 11 away trips, hitting 21 goals on the road. So I'm more than comfortable here taking Borussia Dortmund over 1.5. I could even take this up to 2.5, but I'm happy with the price with over 1.5. This wins if Borussia Dortmund win the game by any scoreline other than 1-0, and it's available at a price of 3-4. The final game we'll look at here is Augsburg versus Freiburg, where Augsburg are the 6-5 favourites. It's 5-2 on the draw, and it's 21-10 here on Freiburg. Freiburg made a miracle comeback in the Europa League in midweek, and for that reason, I'm going to fade them here in this spot, just because Augsburg are in bigger need, and this seems like a huge letdown spot here for the visitors. Augsburg need to put some distance between themselves and the drop zone, and the visit of Freiburg, who just played extra time in Europe and are poor travellers, seems like a great opportunity to pick up a much needed win. Freiburg were winless in 6 in normal time across all competitions, and they were taken to extra time in Europa League on Thursday, as we've mentioned. The visitors have lost 7 of their last 11 Bundesliga trips, so this is a great opportunity for Augsburg to answer the call and win this game at the price of 6-5 plus 120. Closing out with your lock on the show, this will be the absolute last time I invest in this team this season if they fail to make me money here. I'm going to take Bayern Munich at home to RB Leipzig. All the reasons were outlined. I cannot say any more. This is not a play based on current data. This is a play based on desperation. This is a play on the better players. And this is a play on the bounce back here. Bayern Munich on the money line is your lock for this show. That's it for me. Good luck with all your bets as always. And thanks for listening.